What is going down, everyone? It's time for Mojobreak.com, the hype. And this is episode 434. We're going to talk about Gamestop, eBay. I'm sure everybody else is. Maybe Gamestop owning eBay. It's crazy. Crazy stuff that dropped today. We're also there's a little lawsuit about the NFLPA and Leaf. We got some new releases to discuss. Rookie photo shoot stuff. Toy Stories coming out. We're on the heels of a million releases. We'll discuss that as well. But if you want to get in the next break at Mojobreak.com and take 10% off, these guys are killing it over there. They're doing everything. Bowman, Topps Chrome. We got Disney Neons over there still. I'm sure they're going to be doing all the new Toy Story releases, as well as Bowman Baseball is up for pre-sale. So use code CINCO10, CINCO 10, like Ocho Cinco. 10% off your next order at Mojobreak.com. Only 50 total uses. So use it now as you're listening to this. Get your favorite team for Bowman. I had a few observations over the weekend before we get into some of these main stories. Philadelphia beat Boston, which I felt like it was the first time ever that Philadelphia won a major series over the Boston Celtics.
Boston almost came back.
Came back.
They were down like 15, 16, like in the beginning of the fourth quarter.
But ultimately they were down. They were up 3-1 and should have taken care of business in that series as the heavy favorite.
No Tatum, though.
No Tatum.
I mean,
that's true. That's going to hurt.
But I feel like my point I'm trying to make, because I was thinking about it, I'm like, I feel like the Philadelphia 76ers are like the Chargers of basketball. Like, who's the greatest Sixer of all time? Dr. J? Is that it?
Allen Iverson.
You think Allen Iverson better than Dr. J?
I mean, he's up. He's on the Mount Rushmore, at least, of iconic. He is among one of the more iconic NBA players of all time. Yeah, there he is. He's right behind us.
Yeah, shoe over here.
I remember him more as a Nugget, personally, but
it's a Denver Nugget. We do have his shoe as a Denver Nugget. In fact, I think that's the one that's sitting behind me. Yeah, he's up there. Yeah, I think him. Here's a few guys. Who am I forgetting?
See, but you can think about the Celtics. You're like Larry Bird, Robert Parrish, Bill Russell.
Well, you could also put in Charles Barkley in that conversation.
When's the last time the Sixers
Moses Malone, I think, is in that conversation.
Ben Simmons.
Well.
Oh, well.
Let's not go crazy now.
I mean,
but you're right.
But Joel Embiid has to be up there, right?
Well,
Joel Embiid has to be a top 10 Sixer.
And this is the other thing, is the thing that I think of, the thing that defines the Philadelphia 76ers more.
How about Charles Barkley?
I was going to say, I said Barkley. The thing that defines that team and this era more than anything, and it's been like over a decade now, the process.
Yeah.
And I think we can finally say.
Did you say Andre Iguodala?
Oh, Iggy, of course. I saw somebody put it out there like, the process is finally dead. Nobody talk about the process anymore. And I think it has been for a while, but this kind of felt like coming back 3-1 against the Celtics. Nobody expected it. Process is over.
It was a little wacky, like, for the NBA first round, because you had...
It was a weird one.
You had the Nuggets get knocked off, right?
Nuggets lost to a beat-up Timberwolves team.
The Pistons...
Oh, Will Chamberlain was a Sixer too, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, that was a big
Pistons
omission.
almost lost to Doug's Magic.
Yep.
That was good.
Another 3-1 comeback for the Pistons. So good on the Pistons to get in to, get on that. And you had Toronto took Cavs to the distance.
And then Cavs won, though, right?
Yeah. Rockets never stood a chance without KD, even though the Lakers didn't have Luka and were pretty beat up.
Well, that was the other observation I made.
Now the Lakers and OKC.
It's over.
Uh-oh.
Hey, look, this is all leading to Spurs Thunder as the Western Conference / NBA
But there was
finals.
a lot of people saying the Celtics were the front runner to represent the East.
I think I actually said that before Tatum got hurt.
Now is it Detroit, even though they barely got past a
lot of uncertainty.
Team?
I think the finals comes out of the West, personally. The winner.
It's going to be Spurs or Thunder.
But they got to play somebody.
They have to play somebody. Yeah, I mean, that was the point I was just thinking. I was like, Sixers haven't won since 1982, right? So with Dr. J.
Great
I
year.
think they've won some with Wilt Chamberlain back way before that. But I was also thinking, like, Toronto's actually won one semi-recently in
Toronto
2019,
won in
right?
2019.
And I was like, that has to suck to be the only team that's in another country. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Or,
and to even attract free agents, the fact that they've won before the Sixers,
I think
that's pretty crazy.
I think you can, the flip side of that is the advantage of Toronto, already a major metropolitan area the size of, what, it would be like the 4th or 5th biggest city in the United States. Or,
sure.
Don't quote me on that. Canada might be even higher. And then not only that, you have the entire country to yourself. So that's your fan base is the entire country of Canada.
Yes,
It
but
was split.
you
at
are the
one
number
point.
one-
You had the great Vancouver Grizzlies.
You did,
I
but
mean,
you don't anymore.
And they had big country.
Blue
Remember
Jays,
big country?
Blue Jays, same thing. And you saw Blue Jays when they went to the World Series, whole country caught Blue Jay fever, and they spent this offseason like a team that basically owns a fan base of an entire country that no other team can say. So I'd say there's an advantage.
I'm just saying,
to our
and I'm not-
Canadian friends
I
and
want
neighbors.
to visit Canada one of these days, but I'm just saying it's got to be hard to be like, you're going to play out here. You're going to travel the most out of any other player, sign a contract, right? Like,
Sure.
It's got to be, that's a lot going against you there. So the Blue Jays are a lot of it's homegrown, right? I mean, with Vladdy and, Bichette and guys like that have been on that team, but
Maybe the Giants can move them to Montreal.
they might.
Oh boy, well,
You can only hope.
you can only hope.
They're a bad baseball team.
It's not fun.
That's
watching
actually
them
what
right
I
now,
have in the notes here, and you might have to bleep me out. Giants suck, and they're getting by the umps. So it's like just like a double screw.
I'm just
right?
glad they don't have to play on a catwalk again.
Yeah.
Or
that
with
was clearly that.
Yeah, the catwalk thing was ridiculous. I hate that ballpark. Everybody was like, the Trop's back. We're back at the Trop. It's great. Oh, wait, the catwalk. That sucks.
But how?
I hate the catwalk.
Okay, and that was confusing because I'm like, they got to go over the ground rules before the game.
Sure. Everybody knows.
Is the catwalk in play? Apparently, it's in play.
So it's the first ring, which Elliot Ramos's fly ball hit, is if it hits that first ring, it's a fly out. If it's a second ring, I think it's home run, double, something like that.
Oh, the thing that killed me. They didn't have a camera angle that actually showed what it hit.
Right.
You couldn't see it.
So I'm like, that's cool. So we don't know where it actually hit.
Did the player just misjudge the ball too? Is there a possibility there?
No, because you can see like he was going back and then he just stopped and started running it. And I'm like, it obviously hit something. It doesn't. They probably would have lost.
Here you
anyway.
go. Batted ball that strikes either of the lower two catwalks, known as the C ring and the D ring, and including any lights or suspended objects attached to either of those catwalks. That is a home run in fair territory. Batted ball that strikes the upper catwalks, A ring, B ring, the first two. That one would be in play. Let's see. Oh, gosh. This is all very confusing.
They don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know. They just know
It's all ridiculous.
Yeah, if somebody on the Giants hits it, it's an out.
Yeah,
Right.
pretty much.
Somebody on the Rays hits it, they're a home run.
And lastly, before we get into the GameStop stuff, I want to go to the Kentucky Derby. So fun to watch. I mean, it's just
What a comeback.
tradition. 152 years in, a 19-1 horse basically won, who was like way in the back. Wasn't even talked about as one of the horses that people were picking. So cool to see. I mean, the ground that horse made up actually led to people with conspiracy theories about the fact that maybe it's like a robotic horse, or how the heck did he come from the back and everybody moved out of his way. I guess there was also some word association over the last couple years of like the names of the winners and how they have to do with politics. I mean, there's all this tinfoil conspiracy that I'm not going to get into. But
boy, I didn't even think about that. But you're right. The number one, the first sport that would have a robotic contestant or a robotic participant, it probably would be horse racing. Because there's at least, and I'm not saying this is right. Please do not do this. PETA, do not get on our ass right now.
Yes.
But somebody would meddle with this, where they're like, what if we just did it? It's a
Nobody
horse.
would know.
No, it's a horse. It's not a person.
What do you
It's
mean?
easier to get away with.
What do you mean nobody would know?
If the technology got advanced enough,
You would know if it's
where they
a
went,
robot
you know what?
horse?
I think we can get. I think we can get away with this.
or it's just AI. Like we're watching it at home and they don't say the same thing on TV.
Who knows?
I mean, speaking of robots, I saw the preview for, we're good friends with Jason Acuna, Wee Man from Jackass. Jackass 5's trailer just dropped, and a couple of the new scenes, they're using like a robot to like mess with some of the guys. And I
Nice.
think it's going to be absolutely hilarious. I'm stoked to see that. It's
gonna be great.
Yeah, I think like one of the robots is putting his finger in places where you shouldn't, like a medical procedure type thing, and it looks like it's going to be absolutely hilarious.
You want to talk about
Don't take your kids. But.
great theater experiences? Every time I have seen, I think the only Jackass movie I didn't see was the one that was released, I think, in 2020 or around that time. Some of my favorite theater experiences: going to watch Jackass in a packed house with everybody just cracking up, rolling on the floor. It's the best.
Insane. Can't wait for that. And so, yeah, we got GameStop. Woke up to, well, I guess it's been happening over the weekend, but Dan clued me in. I kind of tuned out with all the softball going on this weekend.
I bought
it. GameStop makes bid for eBay. There's rumors of a hostile takeover. eBay's valued at only $56 billion. And apparently, they made an undisclosed or unsolicited offer to buy eBay. eBay's now saying they weren't expecting the offer, so they're going to go talk about it. Odd, but I think the biggest takeaway here is that this is a good sign for our industry. Shows the health of this hobby.
It does show that, yeah. I mean, obviously, I think GameStop is interested in eBay. Not solely based on the collectibles, but the collectibles have to be a big part of it.
Sure.
And if they're willing to throw $56 billion with a B at it, you got to feel they're pretty confident that we're still in the growth section of this industry, right?
Yeah.
They're not going to spend $56 billion when they're like, yeah, this is a bad investment.
Correct.
So, $56 billion. And I was looking before I came in, eBay stock was going up, and I'm like,
but GameStop stock was going down.
GameStop, yeah. And I was like, well, why would eBay stock be going up? Are people just expecting this to go down, and they're like, oh, if it goes down,
I think
then the stock goes up?
I feel like it's been, just judging by the early reactions, the opposite is happening, where people are like, this isn't, GameStop's bid is not
let's go back
going to happen.
Let's go back 8 or 9 years.
Oh.
Let's go back in the Wayback Machine, and let's pretend like this podcast is 2017.
Okay.
And we're having this conversation. We're like, you know what? GameStop is going to buy eBay. And we'd all probably look at each other and go,
You're laughing.
huh? Wait, GameStop's still around? Because GameStop, when I was younger, GameStop was primarily hard copy video games.
Yeah,
right.
You could trade 10 of your old carts for one
new Xbox game comes out. You go down to GameStop, you get it, right? You could also trade in your old games, like you said, 10 games to probably one new game.
Probably.
Good margin. But that was pretty much it. And then video games became, they got rid of the hard copy console games, and it was all downloaded, right?
Primarily, yeah.
Primarily. So that definitely had to hurt them on multiple senses, right? Like, can't sell the new games, and then what demand do people have coming in selling old games? So I think we would all say back in 2017, crazy. That's probably a company that is on its way out.
Well, you make that comparison. This would almost be like if you went back 25 years and you were like, Blockbuster's going to buy Amazon. It's kind of the same thing, right?
You're right.
To compare.
This is
what if that comes out? And they're like,
buying Amazon.
And this is what makes this.
Blockbuster is basically putting a $400 billion package together to buy Amazon.
This is why I think
Prime, right? Prime Video.
You're right, because 10 years ago, that is the comparison where we all would have laughed about it, and we'd be like, of course that's not happening. This is why regardless of what happens here, this is among the greatest victories, maybe the greatest victory internet trolls have ever had. This was the meme stock. This is GameStop was, AMC Theaters is there too.
Because in 2020, 2021, wasn't it like a $2 stock?
Yeah, it was, the joke was in the middle of COVID, let's all invest in a brick and mortar video game store and a movie theater where you currently cannot go to watch movies.
And BlackBerry.
That one, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Sitting in my defunct movie theater with my BlackBerry.
With your Dogecoin too.
With my Doge.
Yeah.
This meme, it's wild to see the real world ramifications of the meme stock, where now we are sitting here. And again, I don't think this ends up happening. I think eBay looks at this and goes, thanks, but no. Well, again, it doesn't matter, I guess, if it's a hostile takeover. But the fact that this is even happening right now, where I think we all have to take a step back and be like, GameStop is a real factor in the future of this industry.
It is. And I'm not anywhere near a financial advisor. I'm probably close to the cash is dead guy that's floating around the interwebs these days that promotes that on his break feeds. But I mean, you think about it and you think about like where the stock market was around that time. There was a lot of ups and there was a lot of downs. There's a lot more ups. Once it went down, there was a lot more ups. But you kind of start to maybe think you wonder if this was like somewhat of like a shell company where guys that were taking profits out of something else put it all into this. And now they have so much money that's built up inside of their, stocks and their corporation and everything like that. Well, now that they have to spend it. Right.
So you have to go. So you have to go by eBay for 50 cents.
Now you're legitimize your investment.
I think it's part of the rebrand. You're right. They have all this money. Like, well, now what do we do? Like, people have invested in us, whether it's a joke or not. We have an incredible opportunity, and the rebrand that you've had the last few years of partnering with PSA, becoming a hobby destination, of understanding that digital game, that we have to pivot to this because this is trading cards. This is still the thing that people want to come in and still want to get their hands on physically.
Are the GameStops going to turn into sell your stuff on eBay stores like 40-year-old?
I was going to say that.
Yes.
Immediately.
Jonah Hill.
I believe they even said, we see an opportunity here to have brick and mortar eBay. I'm like, that's 40-year-old virgin. It literally happened.
Just Jonah Hill holding up.
You can't walk out with
the goldfish platform shoes. Yeah. And he's like, I'd like to give you money and take these home and wear these.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I mean, there is a,
but isn't that like essentially like an antique store?
Right.
That's
essentially what it is.
Isn't that what an antique store is?
Right. Antique stores already exist.
I think the big play. I mean, yeah, regardless that they're going to, GameStop's going to benefit from, who knows how much stock they have that they now can. They own eBay. They're not paying fees to sell any of this old, N64 carts that no one wants or whatever they have. I'm sure they have a lot of stock in places. They have a lot of used games to use. But I think the bigger play here is the live commerce platform that is still to this day in its infancy. We've been doing live commerce for 15 years, and back in the days of we were in the VCR days of live commerce basically, but. We're not even at like the DVD phase of live commerce. If you want to compare it to Blockbuster and go back around and circle back around to that analogy, is the live commerce is going to be like soon enough when our kids are, adults, you're going to be watching like a football game and they may break into like, we've only got 100 of these toilet paper roll bundles left on eBay.com. If you want to get, instead of paying, $45 for 10 rolls of toilet paper, you're going to pay 30 right now. Just click the button on your remote and you get this deal now.
Amazon broadcasts. This is already happening.
You can already
the
do
Black
that.
Friday broadcast
of
football games.
You can literally just click on it.
It's here.
Yeah.
But and then you see it, right? I'm an elder millennial, but you see it. You see your feed. I started looking up softball stuff. I'm now buying softball bats. I'm buying softball training videos. It knows what I'm looking at.
On VHS?
Yeah, on VHS, yeah. And you start, I got a Disneyland trip this week. I'm starting to see Disneyland shirts coming up on my feed. I'm starting to see buy these new May the 4th is today. May the 4th be with you. All this stuff's coming on my feed because they know what I like. So imagine live commerce taps into that. Now you're targeting people that are buying the new Dyson handheld boat and car vacuum, and you know who needs it because they heard you in your house struggling to vacuum your couch with your dog hair on it. And next thing you know, there's a feed of a guy selling it at $20 off, but he's only got 20 left.
What if it gets to a point where you don't even order, it just shows up?
Yeah,
here's you
sometimes I feel
struggling,
like that
and then
happens.
some caravan just shows up. It's all, here you go. Thought you can use this.
Yep.
We're seeing that in the card industry.
Here's an IOU.
There's a lot of guys.
Well, no, yeah, we'll just it's just
we'll send the bill.
Yeah, it's just going to automatically charge you.
Right. Well, yeah, exactly.
You didn't even.
There's going to be some back end. There's going to be some fine print where it says you agree to spending $25 a month on certain products.
Yeah, when you're or you're just sitting in your kitchen. You're like, where's that spatula? I knew it was somewhere, and then all of a sudden it just shows up at your door. You're like, well, there it is.
Via drone.
I needed it. Or they just know that something broke in your house and you have the next day it's already charged to you.
Oh, yeah.
You're already seeing the AI version of guys that buy cards. I'm seeing this come up on my timeline. Guys are like, I'm going to buy Curry cards at 75% of comps. And there's a thing that buys it for them. Right? So we're already there. Imagine, eBay Live, whatnot, whoever comes into play, maybe there's another one in the next 10 years, being able to not only use the algorithm of people's spending habits, but then you have the live commerce aspect of it too. So I think that's what I think is the big play. Obviously, they have eBay has 140 million users.
I mean, that's the other thing. Like
Customer data.
The customer data, the user data is I don't know if it's $56 billion worth, but it's up there.
And to your point, Doug, what this is from, this comes from the CNN report. This is the GameStop CEO Ryan Cohen said the company, in a letter to the chair of eBay, quote, GameStop's 1,600 plus U.S. locations give eBay a national network for authentication, intake, fulfillment, and live commerce. There you go. They are on top of it. And he pushes that we want to be a competitor with Amazon. And to do that, GameStop and eBay joining forces would be the Amazon, I don't know if it takes down Amazon, but certainly something that can go toe to toe a little more easily.
And you got to give credit to GameStop because they could end up like Blockbuster, but they're realizing that, meme stock or not, they're able to survive because of the meme stock. But now they're like, we still don't have people come in the stores. So we have all these stores. We're doing the submissions through PSA, which is probably bringing some people in. They've gone into a little bit of the collectibles. They have those Pokemon boxes. They're literally, they're not sitting on their hands. They're, what in the industry we try to say adapt or die. That's what they're doing, is they're trying to adapt or die here. Now, does eBay go, well, we have so much more growing to do, we don't want to be involved in this? That's what I think is going to happen. I don't think this is going to happen. I don't think they're going to merge. It's a story today, but I think that it's just kind of like with us. If somebody offered me some money today, it'd have to be a sizable. Me and Dan offer today. It'd have to be a sizable amount because
$53 billion.
Yeah.
$53 billion.
Yeah. We'll take a little $3 billion discount.
Little discount.
Yeah. Little discount. Yeah,
discount.
Maybe. But then there's growth possibilities.
Sure.
Am I leaving money on the table?
Yeah.
Man, this is a bizarre twist. Because apparently a hostile takeover would just be going out and acquiring enough stock that is sold to the public to where you are the majority stake holder.
Which,
correct,
in recent memory, is the buying of Twitter.
Twitter.
It was what happened. Because
I don't know if the Paramount. I know there was a lot of talk of the Paramount deal with Warner Brothers. That was almost a hostile takeover. I think they did come to agreements, but that was another one recently where the hostile takeover was thrown around a lot.
I mean, I guess if you have the money, I guess it's a pretty good leverage play, right? You're just sell me your company, or I'm just going to buy all the stock.
Yeah,
but wouldn't that? So I'm a dum-dum. So I really, me and Dan talked about this off air, and I'll talk about it here on the podcast because maybe there's some people that do know. I say there's, this company's valued at what do we say? 46 billion. Is that how much?
So here's
they're valued at 40. They're valued at 46 billion, and they were offered 56 billion.
Yeah. So GameStop. This again comes from the CNN report of it as of Friday. GameStop,
which I do believe this is how we can find out. I think how many shares of eBay, because I think they were buying it at a valuation of $125 a share.
Correct. Yeah, they offered $125 per share.
You just
half in cash,
essentially
half in
take
stock.
56 billion and divide that by 125, and that would tell you
125 shares total.
No, $125 per share.
Sure.
And they're offering 56 billion.
But here's my thing. I think this is where I'm going to sound dumb because I invest in stocks at a fractional amount. I have a decent amount. I do stash. I don't know the logistics of it. But this seems hard because what if somebody owns 25%? So do you have to call up, let's say John, just going to make up a name. John owes 25% of eBay. Do I have to call up John and be like, I need to buy you out. Let's make a deal.
I think what
can
happens,
they just buy a finite amount of stock to can they buy, can eBay, or I'm sorry, GameStop buy $57 billion of new stock to drive the price now down because it'll probably split or whatever, and now they own half because they just went out and bought it on the open market?
I don't know, because I think eBay basically, let's say eBay has, I'm just going to throw in a million shares of stock, right? 10 million shares, whatever it is. That's how much they put out there. I think these financial firms, if you're going to do a hostile takeover, you probably contact these financial firms and you're like, I need you to basically buy all the stock you possibly can.
And I would imagine
and be
it's-
like the third party facilitator that I'm going to buy all this stock.
And yeah,
That seems like how it would work. I don't,
Right.
Because I wouldn't be able to open, like, let's say I want to do a hostile takeover. I wouldn't be able to open up my E-Trade account and go, I want 40 million shares.
I think they're going to cap you.
eBay. I think E-Trade would be like, I think you reach your daily.
Okay. So here AI. There is no legal or technical limit on the total number of shares can authorize or issue, as companies can create, sell, or split shares to meet capital needs. While they can issue billions, a company must designate its authorized shares in incorporation documents. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think when you buy them on E-Trade or I buy it on Stash, you're actually you're adding more shares to the amount of stock that's made. There's not a finite amount. So that's what I'm saying is I think GameStop can buy $56 billion worth of stock. Now the company is now valued at 112 or whatever that is $billion. And they are financially, they decide they're on the board now at 51%.
This is nothing better than three people who really don't know what they're talking about.
I haven't chimed in too much.
Talk about something.
My only frame of reference here is the show Succession, where there is a hostile takeover, and I know that at some point they go to a board meeting where they have to say, "All right, is this happening or is this not?" Like, that's all I can tell you.
That's a good show.
It's a great show.
Kieran Culkin, great.
As good as it gets.
As good as it gets.
But that's all I got. So please, in the comments, please let us know.
There is a card collector that's listening to this that's involved in the stock market, maybe in New York, and is just clawing their eyeballs out right now.
Yeah, we might need to have an interview of like, so would this work? How does this all happen? Because look, it's fascinating to think about.
Like, how do these people how do they know this little?
We're not on Wall Street. That's not my bag.
I'll tell you about sports cards.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. It's crazy.
It would be a huge game changer in this industry. I don't see it happening. Could I see maybe it being the flip side where eBay decides, you know what, let's go out and get a competitor? That I think is more likely, and maybe this kind of opens the door.
The math makes more sense.
Yes,
that way. I don't know how a company can be, again, a lot of I don't understand things. How could a company be worth like it's 14 billion and acquire a company that's worth 46 billion?
That's why I think it needs to go to a board on eBay where they're like, okay, let's see if we can figure this out given what we have here at the table. The other part of this too, and they bring up legit competitor to Amazon, blah, 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 blah. I feel like that's the sleeping giant here in our industry. The fact that Amazon has not really dipped its toes into the live e-commerce that much. I mean, I think maybe here or there, but like not made a huge push. I think that's the other thing that maybe something like this pushes Amazon to say we need to do whatever it may be.
I think Amazon's pretty comfortable with what they're doing.
I mean,
now,
that's another, and maybe also they don't see it as like live e-commerce isn't really where we're going. We're trying to be.
How many Amazon trucks do you see every day?
And I think maybe they also are like, we're trying to be a media company. We have movie studios, we've got sports media contracts, we've got television shows. Like, that's kind of doing where that, and they're like,
and at the same time, we'll just sell you everything,
right?
And if collectibles are a part of that, so be it. But we're also going to sell you anything and everything.
Right.
Right. And I mean, obviously, like I was wondering if we were talking about it off air, if Michael Rubin somehow invested in GameStop. And I mean, Google AI said no. So I don't know,
That's all we can,
because you also look at the, emerging, Fanatics ecosphere of, they just got the NBA license. They just got the NFL license. They have the NFL, NBA, and the MLB, the WWE. They have some soccer licenses. They have the Disney. They have a big conglomerate of licenses. They also have Fanatics Live for live commerce. They have Fanatics Collect for auctions. Is this like GameStop's like, well, let's partner up. Let's continue to merge companies to, be competitors with Fanatics. That Fanatics is going to need us.
And then you also have there's a whole other element here of like, you could make the argument about like video gaming in general. Like I know they kind of are trying to shift to the hobby stuff, but like when you think GameStop, there's still a vast majority of the population thinks of it as the video game retailer. And you throw in Fanatics in there, and obviously you have a huge sports video games themselves are hugely popular. You have competitive gaming, which is incredibly popular as well. It has a huge niche of the population is super into that. So there's a lot of benefits on top of obviously all the stuff they're getting into trading cards, sports cards, and all that.
So Fanatics is valued at approximately $31 billion as of late 2025. So maybe a little bit more heading into 2026 quarter two. So right in between GameStop and eBay being the largest.
You can probably dive deeper and see who is invested in Fanatics and then see if, because there has to be some type of financial backing to have this type of merger or takeover, right? Because again, like GameStop is not going to be able to leverage their $14 billion into a purchase of $56 billion.
Yeah.
So there has to be somebody that's backing that transaction, right?
Well, you also have, so if you throw in Collectors Universe, which we know is in GameStop with PSA, also doing a lot of authentication for eBay, they are currently valued at $4.3 billion. So smallest out of all of them, but maybe, who knows?
Yeah. Look, this is the new trend of the last, I'd say 4 to 5 years is mergers and consolidation. If this exact one doesn't happen, I just would not be shocked if this gets the ball rolling on some sort of other one, whether it involves eBay going somewhere else, whether it involves GameStop, maybe Fanatics GameStop together does feel very like that feels like a good marriage right there.
We talk about it and for the end user of eBay and the end user of GameStop, like I don't think a lot change even if there is a merger or a takeover. Obviously, eBay is probably going to still be branded as eBay. GameStop is still going to be branded as GameStop.
Right.
Unless GameStop stores be branded as GameStop eBay, right? That would be the only, like you said, being able to consign and have Jonah Hill working there with his goldfish boots.
Right.
So, all right. Well, I got a little bit of time before I now have a end of the year softball party. So,
hey,
yeah, it's just forever. NFLPA sues Leaf trading cards. Not as big of a story as the GameStop, but NFLPA alleges that Leaf produced and sold products that feature multiple active NFL players together in the same releases without obtaining a group licensing agreement from the NFLPA. The union argues that this structure is not simply a collection of individually licensed athlete images, but instead functions as a unified trading card product that triggers the NFLPA's group licensing rights. The complaint identifies the following Leaf releases as examples of alleged unauthorized use. 2025 Leaf Trinity, which was released in December of 2025. 2025 a Leaf Eclectic Signature Series. 2026 Leaf Pater. 2026 Leaf Metal. October 10th cease and desist letter listed 13 specific players whose attributes Leaf is alleged to have used without a license. Brandon Aubrey, Garrett Green, Jalen Monroe, Jamar Chase, Jaden Daniels, Jordan James, Justin Jefferson, Keandre Lambert Smith, Keenan Allen, Kyron Williams, Malik Washington, Tatora McMillian, and Woody Marks. The NFLPA and one team demanded that the Leafs stop its use of the attributes of the listed players for any other players without active license and provide a full accordance of unlicensed product sales and marketing containing player attributes. This is courtesy of Sports Collectors Daily. 18 days later, the Leaf Council described the NFLPA accusations as unfounded and stated that they only serve to further evidence that the NFLPA and one team's anti-competitive conduct and efforts to intimidate a much smaller competitor. It's unclear what your end game here, wrote Jason Kravitz, Leafs Boston's based attorney. But if this harassment persists, players and agents will necessarily become embroidered in the controversy. I said off air to Cody, I think it's as simple as, and once again, I'm a dum-dum. I always preface that, so don't hold me accountable to what I say. I'm just talking head. It probably breaks down to the negotiation of the players, right? Like, Jamar Chase is like, well, Leafs having me sign 200 autographs, but they're giving me $100 an auto, right? And Fanatics is like, well, we paid this caliber of player this amount.
Well, what do you do with like inventory that you've had? Like, let's say, who knows? What if they got Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase when they were at LSU or before,
and they probably did,
or before they even signed a contract with the PA,
right?
So you have those stickers. Can you not put them in a product even though you own them?
You're supposed to have a deadline to that.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's probably what's not happening.
Isn't there something that I think we've had a conversation about this for an unlicensed product, you can use a certain amount of players.
I think there's 4.
It's like 4 players.
And I think Leaf was claiming 6. And they said we were holding to that.
You just named off like 13.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So. Now, all 13 of those being, I guess their argument is all 13 were not in the same product together. We always capped it at 6, as we were told to do. And frankly, yeah, it's, I guess if I'm in Leaf's position, it's like, well, we just went 15 some odd years with the Panini license and there was never a peep. Everything was fine. We all were able to work, in simpatico and whatever. Everything worked fine. And that's now why suddenly
that's why I think it's a negotiation thing, because I don't think Topps can sit back and be like, we're losing sales because of Leaf Trinity, right?
Sure.
I mean, yeah, there is a buyer for Leaf Trinity, and patches are awesome, and it's a low price product, but it's not haltering the sales of Jackson Dart Topps Chromes. It's not haltering the Kaju sales of players. It's not halting any of that. I think it literally it breaks down to like, we're having problems in negotiation because these guys have already gotten paid.
because the agents are like, well, Leaf gave us 150 in auto, and you're potentially giving us less.
Sure, that's what I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
if it's the NFLPA being the one up front about this, again, the part when this all these deals got agreed to, what now, almost 4 or 5 years ago, that a big part of it was the PAs, MLB, NBA, and NFL, now all are getting some direct monetary value from this. They're all getting a little bit of a piece of the pie that they weren't getting before. So I'm sure that's also all, that's all a reason why this is all happening as well.
Or it is basically setting an example for other manufacturers.
Oh, for sure.
You better not do this.
Sure.
We're coming after you.
Yeah. If we can go after Leaf, which of these types of companies, they are the top dog. It's a company like
Wildcard's next.
Right. Wildcard's going to go, well, then what are we going to do?
I'm thinking more of like Panini also is going to be coming out with unlicensed, and they got to get creative.
Yes.
And build value in their products. Are they going to try to push it and see how many players that they can get in there?
Or if you actually remember we didn't have any 2025 football.
This is what I was
because
thinking
they got slapped on the wrist.
Yeah.
Topps.
Yeah.
Right. So because they put out a couple products at the end of 2024 that had a bunch of players that were part of the union when Panini had the licensing. So they're like, okay, all right, you guys want to play this game? We're going to play it back.
Right.
There's also companies, I've got solicited products from this company called Pulse now that apparently has like baseball and football and basketball products. And so there's a lot more emerging where, Fanatics is probably like, well, we pay a buttload of money to the PA to have it exclusive. We negotiated these deals. We pay a lot of money, and these guys shouldn't be able to make squat. And I know that's like that's totally monopolizing the industry, but like, that's where they stand, and that's probably what they're doing. Good for the industry? Probably not. But if you paid that amount of money to not have anybody else make products, you want that to be followed by.
Yeah. It would be, they are definitely hardballing here, and they're playing strongman. And at the end of the day, the customer is going to be who suffers, because like you said, there's a place for Leaf. There's a place to have these more affordable, these cheaper products, I'll say, and to get autos of these guys, and it would be a shame. And I think some of these Leaf stuff look great. Some of it looks really, really good. So if this all falls through where the NFLPA gets exactly what they want, I just don't know. I mean, it's going to just be what, all NIL and Pop Century?
No, it'll be a couple current players,
NIL and
then retired players. I mean, you could still do it. Now, the only thing is that retired players, depending on who they are, might be a little bit pricier to get autographs of.
Yep.
But
I mean, to Dan's point you made earlier, they probably, Jamar Chase was a rookie in 2020. They probably had him sign like 5,000 autographs of stickers, and they used 3,000 of them. And then they they probably didn't put him on the cover or put him on the sell sheet, but he's probably in there. Right? Because they're like, let's add some value. We still got some Jamar Chase stickers, and he's one of the top receivers in the league. I don't know for sure, but I'm just saying they're probably using them.
That feels like the most likely scenario, yeah.
We got some rookie premiere news. Looks like there's going to be, so the products that are going to come out from Topps, predominantly in the NFL in prior years with Panini, the guys that go to the rookie premiere are your predominantly featured players that are in all the sets. They do a lot of their signings there. They do all their photos at the rookie photo shoot, which is going to be May 13th through 17th. 42 rookies to attend 2026 rookie premiere.
How many?
42.
4-2.
Okay.
Seems like a little bit low.
Well, when we first started, it was like 30. It's progressively increased.
6 defensive players.
6
That's
defensive.
the most that I've seen.
Yeah.
In a
I
long
think
time.
last year might have been more.
7 QBs, 20 wide receivers. A lot of wide receivers.
Ty Simpson.
Yeah.
He'll be there.
Yeah.
What is that? Ty Simpson, obviously Fernando, and then what? Cade Klubnik.
There was let me see if I can get
Carson
the list
Beck.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, he'll be there. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get the list up. But yeah, there was a full list of exactly who's coming. That was posted already on the NFLPA website.
I'm assuming
here
LA?
you go. Carson Beck. Yeah, it'll be LA May 13th through May 17th. Your QBs that will be going: Carson Beck, Drew Alar, Fernando Mendoza, Garrett Nussmeier, Ty Simpson, Cole Payton, and Cade Klubnik will be your QBs. Defenders: Caleb Downs, David Bailey, Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles, Ruben Bain, Mansour Delane. Did we talk about, by the way, kind of an aside, did we talk about Ruben Bain at the NFL draft? I loved him. People were like, this man just is coming to play. This guy wants to play football. Like, they had that, the little mirror that they go to where they're like, oh, let me adjust that.
Yeah.
He just grabs his hat, totally just flies by the mirror. I don't need to see it. I'm going to run up to sign my card. Even this man meant business, and I loved it. So
Yeah,
I'm already
like
a Ruben Bain fan.
And what team is he on now?
The Bucks.
The Bucks. All right.
Which, boy, you want to talk about a guy kind of fitting the vibe of a team. I just think when I think Buccaneers, I just think of hard-nosed, defensive, no-nonsense guys.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see him.
Yeah, it's exciting to see. I don't know if we'll get the invite this year. I mean, we've been to the rookie photo shoot with Panini before, but
Into probably 10 of them.
10 of them. Yeah,
I think
something like that.
I would say like not all in the same capacity, but I think if you include like the GTS ones that we've been to, I'd probably be 10.
I don't know. I mean, we'll see. We might have aged out. They might have aged us out.
Aged out.
That's
I've
true.
aged out of it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Every day I wake up.
Yeah. Look, if we can get a few
Aging
more,
out.
if we can do a couple TikTok dances between now and then that go viral,
Yeah.
we might stand a chance.
We might.
I don't think people are even using TikTok for dancing anymore.
No one is really.
Yeah.
No.
Or
That's
I
a
just
good
need to
point.
come out with videos that be like, there's so many big hits left in Bowman basketball that it's bound to have one come out, and I'm going to pay you $250,000.
I'm going to pay $56 billion.
Hey, we hit a number to 5 Conkin Apple this weekend, I believe.
Red?
Rookie. Yeah, it's nice.
Nice.
So
Nice.
there you go.
But yeah, there is still a lot of.
So there is, yeah.
Well, between actually the main releases that have came out, you want to talk about Topps Chrome? Where's some of these premiere patches?
Yeah.
I've seen few and far.
I mean, we probably have ripped, God, between all the SKUs, probably close to 100 cases. I
100.
haven't
Easy.
seen a. Yeah.
All right.
Where are those rookie premiere patches?
I'm headed on to a great follow on Instagram, tracking a debut patch tracker. Do a great job of keeping track of all this. There have been a few.
Okay.
Let's see. I've got.
I think last time
we're
we
going
talked
back-
about this, there was like 3.
Yeah, you've got. Let's see. Jordan Birch, Smale Mondon, is it Smale Mondon Jr., Jaden Higgins, Trevion Henderson.
I know that. I remember that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, Jade Barron, Kyle's Monangai,
Oh, from the Bears.
The Bears
Yep.
running back.
Isaac Tesla, Jeffrey Bassa, Jalen Royals, Will Campbell, Kobe Bryant. Not that Kobe.
From the Seahawks.
Alfred Collins feels like a
From the
big one.
Niners.
Yeah. You got and Jalen Walker from the Falcons.
So 10 out of like 80.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a lot of products
There's
still being
still a lot out there, and there's still a lot of big ones.
It kind of sounds like all of them are still out there except for the Henderson. I think the Henderson is probably the biggest
Henderson,
one.
Trevion Henderson would be the biggest one so far, and so there's a lot of really big ones out there.
All right, guys, the greatest product known to man is Topps Chrome football. $500,000 to $1 million on a Jackson Dart.
Somebody's got to pull it. Well, why
It
not
is a
you?
great product, though.
It is good. I mean,
the price point right now at a little tough, little high, but like I think overall, like the Delight SKU has been
awesome.
Crazy.
Yeah, I wish the price went a little bit down. I've been seeing some sales of some Jackson Dart oranges that have went for $3,000. That's a tough one when a box is $3,000. That's all I'm saying. But the cards are beautiful. Plus, we're in the off season, so maybe when the dust settles, these cards will go for more when the season starts back up, or we start seeing some OTAs and maybe some exhibition games happening in August.
The next football release is Finest, right?
Finest,
believe so. Yes, Finest.
Couple weeks,
few weeks from now.
Yeah, week and a half maybe.
Yep. Honestly, we buried the lead. The product of the week. Topps Toy Story, calling it Pixar Crystal. I've been seeing a few places calling it that.
This is 30th anniversary of Toy Story.
30th anniversary.
So it's gonna go over all of the releases, which I'm gonna throw it out there, Cody.
Yes,
I'm gonna throw it. There's 4.
There are 4.
Wow,
there's about to be a 5th.
Oh, that was a guess.
You got it right.
I was like, I know there's 2 for sure.
I gotta say, and I was very much.
I think I've seen 2 of them.
Okay, the first 2.
The first 2.
Yeah, 3 might be the best.
And then I was like, I think I've seen parts of 3, but
3's good.
Yeah, that was an educated guess with 4.
Good call. Yeah, 4's good too. I like 4.
Now,
they've all been good.
Has Tom Hanks been in all 4 of them?
Tom Hanks, Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
Been in all of them.
And will they be in the 5th one as well?
Yes, they're all in it.
Okay.
Most of the cast that's still with us, returning. I got to say it again. I was very much anti-4, which I'm like, why are we doing this? 4 was good. Very anti-5. Why are we doing this? And then they were like, the villain's an iPad. Like, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good hook right there.
Is that the villain in 5?
In 5 is going to be an iPad. Which
okay.
That's a good call for Toy Story. But this is going to be a really fun set. The thing that strikes me, and we did put it up on the slide for if you're watching, the box. That is one of the coolest boxes for any product I think I've ever seen. It is Andy's toy chest from the movie. Just the presentation alone is like made me want to be like, I think I just need a box.
I actually think that we can do a better job with the boxes. I think the themed boxes like that is kind of an untapped segment of our industry.
I think it's
like the packaging. I think Topps is like probably talked about this, and they've done some advancements in that. But I just think that like that is kind of an undertapped segment of our industry.
Yeah,
is the overall just retail marketing of the boxes.
I think too, yeah, because I've got a lot of family that are really starting to get into collecting right now, and they all were like, that Toy Story product looks really cool.
Sure.
Based solely on the box.
Yep.
So yeah, you're right. I think we need to tap into it. Yeah, you've got autographs of Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, all of the characters that are going to be. It's going to be a really, really big product. I think it's going to be.
It's also crazy that the first Toy Story came out 30 years ago.
30, actually. Now it's going to be 30. What? It was 95 when it came out, so it'll be 31 in a few months here.
It was
pretty nuts.
It was very innovative.
It was groundbreaking.
It was groundbreaking.
Look, it's just
good flick.
It's not lost to me that my parents took me to watch that movie at a very young age, and now for the first time this summer, I get to take my son to watch his first Toy Story in theaters. Very exciting. It's coming full circle. So, yeah, this is going to be, I think, a huge, huge release. Really, really fun. Of course, we'll have it available at Mojobreak.com. Also, huge week for soccer. World Cup stickers are coming.
Very popular.
They're here. They're about to be here. The World Cup stickers. Plus, you've got FIFA Prism. You have got Chrome UEFA. By the way, this was something where I was like, sneaky big story. I don't know if we're quite understanding the ramifications of it, but Topps announced an exclusive deal for the next 4 World Cups with Team Argentina.
Oh.
Messi, Maradona, and it's all encompassing. Where I think it includes stickers, it includes trading cards, it includes trading card games, which I thought was interesting. Which, remember, when
I didn't know you could sign in. I guess you can sign exclusive with anything.
I guess you can.
Yeah.
But I thought the trading card game was interesting.
It's a big one. If you're gonna go sign, a country's team.
Yeah. That's the one.
Argentina's soccer team is a pretty good one to go get.
So you have it locked. You have Messi basically locked with Panini, or not with Panini, pardon me, with Topps here. I need to see the exact the exact contract details, but yeah, it sounds like it's a pretty big deal. I don't know what it means for the next sticker set of World Cup. Not this one. This one's already done, printed. It's all set. But yeah, come 2030, what does that look like? Will there even be Argentina stickers in there, which would be pretty wild for that to happen? That'd be pretty unprecedented.
Yep.
We just thought that's the one thing I felt like Panini could always be like, well, we got World Cup stickers. That's huge. That's global. You can always rest on that. Like when World Cup time comes, that's our time to shine. So even that now, a little bit of a dent by Topps. So
Yep.
That'll be available in shop. Also UEFA club competition, like I said, Prism, FIFA soccer will be available as well. Tons and tons of soccer and Toy Story, all the above, going to be available this week. UFC Chrome as well is coming out. So if you guys want to get in on breaks of those and you want to save some money, $510 technically. $510 is the promo code you're going to use for 10% off your next order at Mojobreak.com. Limit to 50 total uses, one per customer. It expires on May 11th. This is episode coming out on Cinco de Mayo. So if you are listening, happy Cinco de Mayo.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
We're recording it on May the 4th. So may the 4th be with you as well.
I'm assuming it's just all Star Wars on TV today.
Yeah, you can definitely catch a Star Wars marathon today.
All of them they play.
Yeah, they'll play them all. All the.
I always say every May the 4th, I'm gonna knock a couple of them out.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't. I will probably go home and watch 30 minutes of one and be like,
yeah, I'm good. I get it.
I at some point
Start with the originals.
I did. Last time I tried this, I did. I got 40 minutes into the first one and I'm like, I don't get it.
You know what? Just go straight to Empire. Just go straight to Empire at this point. Just get to it's just go to dessert at this point.
Yeah.
As much as I love New Hope, it's one of my all-time favorite movies. Empire is as good as it gets. There you go. Sorry, I'm sorry to Star Wars fans for telling Dan, you know what, just skip to the good stuff. But
I mean, I have seen Return of the Jedi. It was the only one I've ever seen, but I was also like 8 years old.
Yeah, and that's like the perfect, like when I was a kid, that was my favorite too. So that it's every kid. If that's like the first ones you watch, every kid's favorite is Return of the Jedi. It's changed, obviously. Now it's all the prequels, and the kids are wrong. So whatever. That's how I see it.
Yep.
Kids are wrong. Anyway,
Kids are wrong.
All right. That's going to wrap it up for the hype. Of course, make sure Mojobreak Media, that's where you can watch us. You can also subscribe to us. Search Mojobreak wherever you get podcasts to listen every single week to the hype and to Waxback's warning tracks. Just had an interview with Matt Strom. We did a bunch of social media stuff from the Kansas City Royals and did the extended interview that you can listen to. It's about a 15-minute interview that I had with Matt Strom. That was a fun time up in Sacramento with the Royals and Matt Strom. But we will see you guys next time here on The Hype. For Doug, for Dan, Cody, see you next time.
Later.